we start with a simple Gartner resource to help you communicate the effectiveness of your data and analytics initiative. About 10 years ago, I keynoted Eric Siegel's Predictive World conference with a message around RAT. RAT stood for relevant, actionable, and timely. In other words, if your analytics project meets those criteria, you're going to be in good shape. Well, this week, Gartner came out with a great report. It's a 6-dimension model that goes over timeliness and relevance, also has dimensions around consistency and completeness. So if you're a Gartner client, I highly recommend having your users take this test. It's very easy. It's 6 questions. And the spreadsheet that Gartner produces actually also comes up with some great visuals. So kudos to James, Austin, and Anuj for providing this great tool. Hey, by the way, welcome to the top 5 data, AI, and entrepreneurship posts of the week. If you like the intro music, kudos goes to my daughter for creating this track. Let us know what you think about it by putting comments and likes down here. And also stick around to the end. She created an outro music for me. I'm curious to see what you guys are going to think. Let's now move on to data science, AI, and machine learning. Lots of great resources over this past week. The first 3 that I want to make sure you print, put on your wall, or even fold into your wallet are cheat sheets that I've included in my long form blog on what is AI and how to get it. In that blog, you will find tons of great summarized resources for understanding AI, as well as a summary of Dan Jeffries' 7-part series on learning AI, even if you suck at math. I hope this resource is going to be helpful for you. Look, if you're going to manage AI, data, and analytics teams, you're going to want to at least be able to understand the concepts and articulate them clearly for the rest of the team. A big part of succeeding with AI is, of course, working with people. And in this case, Gartner also has your back. This week, they published guidance that help you structure the various tasks around the citizen data scientist process. The paper covers areas like data preparation, augmented analytics, as well as probably the most important process, operationalization of continuous intelligence. Take a look at that resource. This brings me to the hero session of this week, my interview of Dan Jeffries, the author of Learn AI, Even If You Suck at Math, a 7-part series that will help you tremendously. But before I get to that, on this Memorial Day, I want to take a minute to thank all the war veterans that fought for freedom. My great-grandfather died in the First World War. My grandfather was captured in the Second World War, so I want to take a minute to thank all of them. I wouldn't be here without them. And now on to the hero feature of the week, a drill to details interview with Dan Jeffries. Last week I featured his work. Many of you reached out to me, so I figured I'd just give him a call. My call was supposed to be 15 minutes. It actually ended up lasting 15 minutes. Lots of great practical guidance in this podcast. Let's listen to a quick preview of it to see if you'll like it.
The algorithm is going to make it very clear, right? It's going to make a trade-off if you're going to hire the best people or if you're going to say, no, you know what? Diversity and fairness is incredibly important to us. Well, now you're training the algorithm for 2 different things.
Now, speaking of practical guidance, you're going to love the next few resources. The first one is an interview with Miles from Proficient. Now, you know Miles, you've read him online, and you've heard from him before. He has hundreds of successful analytics deployments under his belt, and in fact, I want to ask you to set some time this week to watch the replay of his OA Summit session. It's just amazing. Secondly, there's a great article by Tom Davenport that features Jeff McMillan from Morgan Stanley. You're really going to want to read this piece because it's about a technique called the next best action, really about helping advisors with their next best action, next best relationship, next best move in order to build a relationship with their clients. Again, making the point that success for AI goes through people. All right, we have a short week this week, but I know it's a busy one. And as you noticed, I've changed a little bit of the format of this update, quite a bit actually. I'm doing more effects, I'm doing more editing. And I want to know, how is this working for you? Are you missing the simple updates from the car? This week, for instance, I'm providing subtitles. Does that make a difference to you? Do you prefer it? Does it help you watch it when you can't play the sound? Let me know in the comments down here if you're liking this new format. And of course, as always, if I forgot anything. So remember, resources are up here if you're watching on LinkedIn. They're down here if you're watching on YouTube. And I can't wait to read your comments and suggestions. See you next week. Welcome home. Oh, and one more thing. Let me know what you think about the outro music. Again, creation by my daughter. I'm curious, and she'll be curious to hear from you. See you next week.